Why, hello everyone. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Welcome to the Latino Slant pre-show. I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Paulie, and in the pre-show, we play some music. Usually, it's music of artists that we have recorded on our show. That way, we have the videos. we don't get we don't we don't get we don't get the copyright strike. But you know how that goes. That's a little crazy, but here is a performance from Andy Vargas while Doomcock and an actor named Enrique Castillo was on the show. This was late July, so this is for you guys. He's been on the channel, supporting our channel. When I've called him Doomcock, can you guys hear? He's come. Oh, wait a minute. When he rings the bell. Andy Vargas and percussionist Philip Ruiz.
Wow.
Nice.
How hard is it to tour, Andy?
Well, the hardest part now really is just being gone from family,
Right.
Philip actually was just on the road as well. He was on the road with J-Lo.
Wow.
And the whole J-Lo crew. But the hardest part is being gone so long from family and missing the time. But it's beautiful, seeing the world. I love to see the world. I've been touring, just seeing beautiful things and experiencing beautiful things, and then sharing those things on stage. You got to like soak it all up, and that's why this time being home from COVID was also beautiful as well, because we got to really soak the family unity together, and that's what it is that we put back out there. For instance, this song, or I've got songs about family, about love, and all of that. I could write about missing family, or write about loving and being with, and being the backbone of.
That's one question I was going to ask you that you led into right there. In mariachi music, there are the very joyous, celebratory mariachi songs, and then there are also the kind of romantic, melancholy mariachi songs as well. Which do you prefer in terms of your temperament?
I love them all, man. I love like guapango, like de la Sierra Morena vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando, ay, 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 ay. Or sabor a mí, tanto tiempo disfrutamos de este amor.
Yeah.
I love it all, man.
Maria, Maria, she remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem, she living the life just like a movie star. Maria, Maria, she fell in love in East LA. Sent to the sounds of the guitar, yeah. Played by Carlos Santana.
Rico Mambo.
Unreal. Unreal. Doomcock. I can't believe he sang that song. You haven't sang that song on the show, man.
That was fantastic.
All right now, don't listen what you're told. It's time to question what you see. The answers will unfold if you put your faith in the beat. Dance in the street, the planet has to manipulate. Sow the seeds of fear and hate. There's competition for your move. Don't you worry, just pay attention to the groove, 'cause it feels so good. And all you got to do is dance. Baby, give the beat a chance. Nothing else is making sense. Put the rhythm to the test. Baby, give a bit of chance. All you got to do is come on and dance. Baby, give a bit of chance. All you got to do is come on and dance.
All right. Well, that was a little
Well done.
pre-show there.
When nothing else is
Hope
making
you guys
sense.
liked it. That was Andy Vargas and Philip Ruiz from a couple months ago, which was pretty cool. So why don't we officially start the show, and then we have a little announcement of a charity we're working on. Does that sound good to you guys? I hope so. Please share the link right now. As Mexican Iron Man says, please subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications, and please like and share. Pero más importante, welcome one and all. Anyone who's new to the Latino Slant, bienvenidos. Here we go, and we'll be right back.
Uno.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué pasó? My name is Paulie. This is the Latino Slant. I hope everyone is doing well on this fine Wednesday evening. Let me make sure I can see you guys in the comments. Here we go. Hello to people in the chat. If this is your first time, please say hello to us, and please let people know that we're here. Jay is in the green room and will be hanging out with us, coming on the show in a few minutes. But before that happens, there's a couple things I'd like to say. And first of all, I want to thank Jay for being here, of course, and Mexican Iron Man for helping me get this together. Now, we all know that there's a lot of pain going on in the world today. It seems our default is set to instantly be upset or mad at something that if we don't like or agree with, and it causes more pain. And it seems that that default is just getting stronger and stronger by the day. That's why it's so important to really stick close to those people who bring joy into the world, that do things other than for not just for themselves, but for other people. And we here at the Latino Slant have a strong charity arm. We have a strong charity arm, and we're going to make that announcement right now in a minute. But Jay is one of those guys who's a light. He brings joy to the world in his channels, just in hanging out and talking with him, but in his charity work. And it's gonna be an honor to talk about all his wonderful charity work. So I implore you guys to set your default to joy and not to pain, because there's too many locals out there doing that right now. So here's what's going on. We have a little announcement before our man comes on. Slantinos, if you're in the chat right now, say, give me a hail to the Slantino Nation. Here we go. We are doing a fundraiser for SCARS, the Southern California Animal Rescue Shelter. We worked with them early this year. These are the people that brought our dogs, to us. And we have they've brought us a lot of wonderful joy, a lot of great memories. Bandit and Mr. Butters. So we want to give you this little message right now, and don't freak out. Yes, there's talking animals in this video. It's pretty hilarious. But this is what we're doing, and the link and the charity link to start giving, it's already started. It's going on all the way till the 31st, but we're gonna have a big show next week with them, the charity. So let's let's hear it from my dogs. I've talked enough. Let's play this video and let's hear it from our dogs. Here we go.
Hola, Slantinos. My name is Mr. Butters. My little brother Bandit and I, we used to be homeless. We didn't even have names. Pero ya no. Now we live a good life with our parents, Paulie and Romy. We love them so much, and they love us too. So now we want to give back. We want to help our rescue squad that helped us have this great life. They're called the Scars. So please join us next Wednesday, October 27th, 6 p.m. Pacific time on my Pop's channel, the Latino Slant. No te lo pierdas. Please join us. We're going to help them raise funds so they can help more perritos like us. Just look at our awesome life. Mira nomás.
Slumber party time. Look at, oh, get it, baby. Oh, get it.
Let's go some more. Come on. Come on, Mr. Butters. We'll work it off.
Yep, that's my pops. We'll see you next week.
All right. Well, that's it right there. We got that going on. We'll have more information in the links with the wrenches, getting out all that information. So thank you so much. It's going to be a fantastic time. All right. I want to say hello to all. There's a lot of new people in the chat, and I really appreciate you guys for being here. Much love to all you guys. What I want is my homies, the Slantinos, to make sure you're saying hello to all these new people in the chat. Okay, let's bring on our very special guest. A very special guest has a few channels, his main channel, and then there is Jay Walks the Planet. There his theme park work. But he brings a lot of joy, and it's a big honor. Let's have Jay, Drunk 3PO. What's up, man?
Did you say it was a big honor?
I said it's a huge honor, dude. It's a huge honor.
Yeah, that intro was a little rich, my friend. Come on, we're just friends here. You have a better hat collection. You're definitely better looking. I yield. There's nothing I could do about that. So I'm honored to be in your presence.
Bro, thanks for coming on my channel, man.
All people have to do is invite me. I don't know why they're scared to invite me on.
No, they're not scared, man. Everyone, this is Jay, Drunk 3PO. Make sure you say hello. All that good stuff.
Yeah, it's Oral Mango. He's here. I should have changed.
Oh my God, RC. See, I there was a part of me that was going to do an Oral Mango, montage, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And
I see all my friends in the chat.
Yeah,
mostly women. Nice to see all beautiful ladies in the chat.
No, who we got? We got Dan Howe.
That's Dawn. Dawn is got to hang out with her in New York and in Orlando. She's amazing.
No kidding.
Dawn is absolutely amazing.
Okay, hi Dawn. Thanks for being here. A2D2.
Another amazing supporter of a lot of things, geeks and gamers, and she always pops in to say hi. Amazing person. Actually helped me out when we were raising money for when the t-shirt sales. She would help me out with charities to pick and stuff like that. She's awesome. So,
well, she says finally a new fedora.
Yeah, because no one's seen. They've never seen it. I told them I got one, but
it's beautiful. Is that the one you got with the Force of Lights?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And Katrina Garrett, hello, Jay, Paulie and Jay.
Hello.
Looking clean, my friend. Yeah,
Lulu.
Look at you. You're getting all the love, man. You're awesome, Jay.
I see Code. I see Prime. I see Full Metal Viper. Hello. All my people, Nikki.
Wore my Welcome to the Rebellion shirt at the gym today. You know, I'm so happy that we finally got the Rebellion hat.
There it is. Look at that.
It took a minute. It took a minute because I guess there was such a big order, right? Anyways,
they it's when they talk. Lord Vito, I see you, buddy. When they first approached me,
yeah,
they were like, how many hats do you think you could sell? Because we need you to do at least 20. I think it was like 10 or 20, something like that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I could do 100. And the guy that I was on the phone with was like, no offense, but he was like third tier employee, I guess. He was just like writing the stuff down. And he kind of was like, oh, okay, if you think so. So I was like, all right. So then we launched the hat, and that was the only person I spoke to when we launched the hats. We did 306 in 24 hours, and they shut down the production because they were like, who is this guy? How did he like sell? We sold too many because we didn't have enough, you know, in their warehouse. I think they had like 75. Thinking I would do maybe 40 tops.
Wow.
So, you know, that's why it took a while. So then they had to get new hats in, things like that to do the stitching and stuff. So now they're back up. Now they're back up, and we sold another like 450, 500. So it was crazy. So the shirts will be shipped out. If you got the first run of shirts, they're going to be shipped out in 2 days.
I didn't get the shirt, man. I probably will. I really like the logo. I really like it, and I like what's behind it. But let's back up, man. Let's back up. How did you? What prompted you to start a YouTube channel? What in the world? And you know, and when was that? A year ago? 2 years ago?
3 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
I just started a YouTube channel I was doing a little like live stream with 3 other people just to talk about Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And we all had like stupid Star Wars name, like Drunk 3PO. And we went live, you know, in front of like 5 people, 3 or 4 people. And we did that for a little while, and someone was like, you should make a video, like you should do one. And I was like, who's gonna watch, you know, who's gonna watch? And when I started the channel, I was like, it was funny, I could go back and see the videos. Like really, I literally started with an iPhone, I want to say iPhone 8, and I just put it up, you know, to make it look like, and I had a snowball microphone that didn't work. Because I couldn't plug it in to a computer yet. And I just faked it the whole time. And so it's crazy. It was like, that was such a crazy time in my life. When I started, I just needed a hobby. So I didn't think anything of it. My video, I mean, like you go back, videos are terrible. I mean, that's just what it is. And it just was, I did a Galaxy's Edge video that took off like crazy. Got 50,000 views for someone that had 20 subscribers. And
really?
It skyrocketed my not skyrocket. Well, at the time I thought, and it put me over to like 2,000 subscribers. Like, and then I just started making more Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge hadn't opened yet. So I'm here in Orlando, so I was around all the construction. I knew people that were working on it, and so I don't know if I had like the inside scoop, but so like that's how my channel started. And then I got attacked by Slash Films, the guy over that runs Slash Films, Peter Soretta. I'll never forget it. Him and
what do you mean attacked? Like beat up? Like he went to the theme park?
Like Twitter fight, like saying, "Oh, this guy's channel's terrible. Look at his background." Then one of his buddies that's pretty popular. I won't share his name. He was going in and they just had like a roast of my videos. They're like, dude, look, this guy needs to go to the gym. I was like really overweight back then. Like they were just saying all kinds of stuff. And I was like, dang. And they were like saying it on Twitter. And then Jeremy like swooped in. I knew Jeremy, but I didn't know him. And he swooped in and he's like, why are they attacking this guy? You know, so Jeremy swooped in and like came to my defense, and we became, I guess, friends from there. And like a few months later, you know, he brought me over, and here we are.
So you had your channel, you started working Geeks and Gamers in the theme park videos.
That came last year. That started last year.
Right. That's kind of recent, but you must have said yes to it, because I take it you've been going to theme parks since you were a kid.
Well, what happened
because you have such a love for it, you know.
When he brought me on to Geeks and Gamers, I was doing theme park stuff for the main channel. So if there was like breaking news, I'd go out there and film on location. Like Rise of the Resistance opened. That was like a big deal for Star Wars fans. They changed up some of the Star Wars rides to match the sequel trilogy. They took Luke Skywalker out of the entire park. So they had me like go there and like try to find Luke Skywalker. So it was that. And then Jeremy was just like, why don't we just dedicate a channel to this instead of, you know, and I was like, I love the idea, because there was other people like my brother and others that were just like, no, man, we'd love to do this. So I don't live far from them. You know, I could hear the fireworks from like Legoland on the weekend. So
really, wow,
yeah. Yeah, so it's not far. So I enjoy going. And then the cool thing about it is everybody comes to visit the theme park. So I've gotten to meet so many people before everybody else, because they're just like, hey, I'm in Orlando. Hey, you want to go meet up? You want to go? And I love it. Like tomorrow, I'm actually going out with Lorena Creel. We're going to Universal.
Well, she moved over there, right? So now she's closer.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that's cool. Like, it's just really cool. And look at Force of Lights in the chat. She goes, he got to meet me.
A ver,
several times.
Where is she? He got to meet me. I take it that's Michelle with one L. Hey, Michelle.
Michelle with two L's.
Is it two L's or one? I think it's one.
Two.
I think it's one, Jay.
Michelle with two L's.
Hey, but Mexican Iron Man, before it goes away, I $25 from our member Mexican Iron Man. Thank you so much. This is one of the best YouTube days in my life ever. Well over 2 years ago, God sent me to my brother Drunk 3PO, and more recently, brother Paulie. Now, two brothers on one live stream. Yes, hail and love you guys.
I gotta meet this man. I did get your email, Mexican Iron Man, because he knew I was in Mexico.
Yeah,
we're working on a special needs home over there, and I got it. I'm waiting. Once the video's done, Mexican Iron Man, I want you to see it, and then then we can have a communication after that, so you kind of see what's going on over there. So it's taking a lot of time. I might need your help. I might need your help, Paulie.
I mean, the slant's always here for you.
Yeah,
but
because there's a time where we were interviewing people, and it's all done in Spanish, and it's like I need like a voiceover.
Oh yeah, we got those guys. Yeah, I mean, whether it's me or the Midnight's Edge Espanol.
All right. Once I get to that part, I'll reach out, and I'll just say, I'll reach out. There's a couple people I'm reaching out to just to see if I could get it done.
Have you always been charitable? Have you ever since you were younger? Is it
no, not at all.
No, really? Okay, that's honest. I mean, I didn't start getting into
no, man, I'm a freaking prick. I don't know why people say nice things about me. It's like, I don't get
it. I know what's going on, Jay. You're refusing to have a talk. Listen. What this is, when I say that you are a joy and a light, I don't say that about a lot of people. The things that you do and that you've shared on your channels, it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal, and I am my little way of doing that. I don't know if you know this, brother, but I am over 6 years sober, and it is my duty now more than ever to get my charities going. So it's not all about my selfish needs. I mean, it's a big deal to me, man. So that's what drew me to you and your channel, man. So anyways,
Hey, Radio. I see Radio in the chat. How are
where's
you?
Radio? There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah. Jay Deflex. I'm getting to know you, Jay. I'm getting to know you. We could talk about pop culture
it's like
all day long, but come on.
My whole thing with the YouTube is I never wanted people to know that I've been around the world and back again, like because as cool as someone else looking in on it saying, "Oh wow, look at this guy," it really was very traumatic. It was it was not easy. It was like I tell this all the time, so I'm sure the people that are in here that know me are probably like bored. But it was like it was Cambodia that really it messed me up so bad. Like it cost it, I think years of doing that cost me. It just cost me a lot. I think it cost me a relationship. It cost me so much because I came back and I wasn't well because of years of seeing like children suffering, children starving. And again, I don't want anyone in the chat to be like, "Oh, Jay, poor Jay," or anything like that, because that's not what I'm saying. But it just built up over the years, and like sometimes like there was like one time we had to like dig graves and help a community because it just had so many people just die. It just was it just kind of built up, and I think for some reason that Cambodia trip just when I got back to the States, it was like I just wasn't well. Like I had to go talk to someone and just kind of get centered again, and just all it was like it was just rough. So it's like I get when people are like, "You're a good man," but I'm telling you, this stuff takes a toll. It took a toll on me. It took a
I didn't
big
say it was
toll on me.
glamorous. I didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah, no, I hear you, but
the
I mean,
high road is not.
I see
Jay,
people in the chat and stuff, and it was
sure.
like it took a toll. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change it for the world. I got to see the whole almost the whole world twice.
Wow.
And not just like when people here's the thing, when people go on vacations, even if it's to Taiwan or Japan, a lot of times they want to go to the same place that make them feel comfortable like they do in America. So they never really get to see some of the rural parts of the country. And they could take tour guides that are safe and full of air conditioning. And, the first time I went to the Great Wall of China,
wow,
I took a tour and it was so Americanized. It was like they literally carried me. Like I was not walking anywhere. The second time I went, I didn't. I went by myself and it was like a hike. I was like, man, I need to go back to the tour. But it's just, but to go and see like parts of the country that most people don't travel to and like see the people and see people happy with nothing is the richer area I went, the more miserable people were. The poorer I went, minus the suffering stuff, there was just a lot of joy there. A lot of like, I don't know what to call it. It was just and it was just beautiful to see. So like those are the moments I like really hold on to, like there was I have pictures and videos and people have seen them where it's just like kids and adults just running, just laughing, like we're blowing bubbles. They've never seen bubbles before. So I'd bring like bubbles. I'd go 3 miles down the road and buy a case of bubbles, chewing gum, stuff like that, and just like see their face light. And we just had so much fun. But yeah, a lot of the suffering stuff, it just caught up. It caught up with me at one point. And it was like that. But I wasn't always I was a very angry kid. Like just angry. And it took a trip to Africa. Funny thing to like kind of open my eyes to like stop being a freaking brat, Jay. Like look what's going on here. Like this is the world, not you're what you live in ain't the world. What this is the world. Like you're mad that the cable costs so much, and you're mad that you're going to the college you didn't want to go to, and you're mad. It just was, it's crazy. It was crazy when I think back. It's just very selfish person. And so, and then as the years go on, you're just kind of like, you get one life, you know, you get one life. And we never know, you never know what tomorrow holds, you know? And it's like too many people, and after 2020, it was like too many people are just scared and they're just sitting in a chair and just rotting away. And it's like, I don't care how old you are, how young you are, you got potential to do something amazing in this world. And I don't know, it's just if I can help people get their butts off their seat and experience life like I've lived, not saying do what I do, but just like go out and like just do something that makes you feel good, makes you proud, makes you, you know, I love yourself again and love others again. It's just, it's really you look at life so much different. Things just look differently.
We're
So
here
I
with
can't explain it unless you do
yeah.
it. Like that's basically where I'm at. But life looks better, smells better, tastes better. The things that you wanted so much, the things that you were like working hours to get, doesn't really mean as much anymore because you realize like just because I have it doesn't change circumstances and stuff. And you begin to find like purpose. And when you understand you have a purpose in life, and usually it's something that's in your heart that's like that you love doing. And I tell people that like, you ain't got to be an actor, you ain't got to be nobody famous, you don't have to be a YouTuber, you don't have to do anything. But like if you like painting, some people love to write, some people are great with numbers, some people are great listeners, some people are great with fashion, some people love animals so much. Some people just love babies, some people like to work with children. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. Some people can make great tattoo artists. It just goes on, and they're just sitting on it, you know, and they're just like, I'll pick it up tomorrow. It's like, pick it up today. Take 10 minutes, you know, 10 minutes.
Jay, how
Take
important it
that.
is for people to travel? Just,
I think everyone should leave America once, at least once, and just see the world. And I hate to say it like this. It's like, and you shouldn't take like a cruise line to do it. I think you should just go and see, like make your own plans. There are some good tours out there, but I had some really spiritual moments in Greece. Greece was really a big deal for me. I really want to go back. I had one on the in China actually. Had one in California on the mountaintop. From what I can remember.
was that the one where you just came out of Mexico? You were on the coast?
It was before Mexico, but yeah, Mexico was like, that was my first time in Mexico, like in that area. I mean, I went to Cancun like on a cruise. I don't count that. It's just like
right.
It's like they just dress it up like America, that one little section, so you feel safe and comfortable and be like, I was in Mexico. It's like really kind of not, but yes, you were. So, but I think everyone should see the world or something. Just one country, just one time. And experience the culture and walk around and listen. I've been everywhere you're not supposed to go, and people told me they hate Americans, they're going to treat you bad. Never happened to me once. People loved that I was there. People always treated me well, even when I didn't like the food. You know, I mean, listen, I am 6'4", 260. That might have something to do with it, but still, it's like it I don't know. I think people should just try it once, just once.
Your top 3 favorite spots, favorite countries. Let's do that.
Haiti, of all places.
Haiti, really?
Haiti was my home, sort of my home away from home for a long time. I have a lot of friends there. Have a lot of hard and wonderful memories there. I love the food there. I miss the food there, but
God, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going. Haiti is such a mess right now. It's like I don't know when I'm going back, but if I never do, that's like my home away from home. I loved going there. I know, and people are like, it's a third world country. I was like, I know, but if you knew the people and people that we hung out with, it was It was beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. I think for me, I loved going to Greece
Oh
and
man.
seeing. I'm such a like history Bible. That was my degree. So like going to
Divinity?
places, huh?
Divinity?
No, it was world religions, and then
Wow.
my master's degree was in ancient Rome. So like Rome. So just to match up with like the Bible and stuff. So like going to Greece and seeing where Paul walked and all that was special to me. I'd never been to Israel and never been to Italy or England or yeah, I did go to England, but never went to some of those places, but it's on my list. So that was beautiful. And I gotta say, man, I had a great time in China. I went to China 6 times.
Jesus, 6 times?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Haiti, we got Greece, we got China. I'm liking Greece, man. I like the Greece idea, especially if I can get Lady Slant to come with me.
Greece was beautiful.
Yeah.
Just seeing like the all the old temples and stuff like that
Mhm.
were. It's
Before
such
these
a
goes,
weird feeling to go there, and it's like they kind of let you walk. It's just like we went on the off season when I went,
ooh,
which I recommend to find out when the off season because there's nobody there. It's a
when
little
was
bit
that?
colder.
Right.
God, what months was that? I can't remember.
Huh.
We
I'll
would go
find out.
into we
I'll
go
find
into
out.
restaurants and they were empty, and people would just run up to you and be like, "We have a guest," and they would like give me extra stuff and like try this alcohol, try this bread, try this dessert, and it
Yeah,
was cool. It was really cool.
that's fantastic.
So,
Jay, before these go away, I don't get these membership things
yeah,
in
yeah,
StreamYard.
yeah. Do your
So
thing.
Dee Dee Meyer says, keep rolling, Paulie. Don't ever stop running with it. RC from NYC, adopt, don't shop. Deleted scenes, hail Paulie, Jay Wrenches, and chat. Thank you for being lights in the darkness. The fellowship is growing. What's the biggest misconception about this community, whether you call it the fandom menace or geeks and gamers or
The biggest misconception.
yeah, what's the biggest mix do you think?
I don't really use the Phantom Menace talk no more because it kind of emerged into something. The Phantom Menace means a lot of things to a lot of different people now. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. The geeks and gamers community. It's almost like there was the Phantom Menace that we were, and then it just kind of like it broke up into these like subsections.
Sure.
People found friendships, they found different bonds, and they just started like their own little communities. But then at the end of the day, if the Phantom Menace light is ever pulled, we probably will, we'll probably.
That's funny.
The Phantom Menace was formed because we never saw the kind of backlash for not liking a movie that we ever saw in our life when it came to The Last Jedi. And everybody was like, what the heck? What? Being called all kinds of. And then the time is kind of, we started moving on into doing our own thing, but we came together. We have great friendships and great,
Yeah,
and
we're meeting new people.
It's
I mean,
crazy. It's beautiful.
I went to go and hang out with Mexican Iron Man in South Carolina, and
I know. I can't wait to meet him.
He's just a great dude. I would think whatever you call it, whatever this community is or this fellowship, that's bonded by the great entertainment of us that we grew up with. To me, the biggest misconception is that we're all white and racist. I mean, I've never met
Paulie,
more.
I heard stories about you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to keep people. I got to keep the the gringos in check. Pero I'm serious, Jay.
Check.
I've never met a more diverse group.
I know.
And they're so tolerant of each other. Like, we absolutely will disagree on things, but we're still cool. That's the way it used to be. That's the way it used to be, man.
I know, and that was the thing that my take from the Phantom Menace wasn't so much. There's people from the Phantom Menace that just wanted to pound Lucasfilm, and others that wanted to like go after this, and hey, if that was what they were passionate about, it's fantastic. I never saw us as a hate group or anything like that. Mine was more, and it still is today. It has a lot to do for me personally, which is like cancel culture. And I think the reason why that resonated more with me than anything is when you're around the world.
Yeah.
And not, gosh, man, you almost get emotional here. When you see how the poor is treated, and we're not talking poor in America. Now, look, we got homeless problems. I get it. And people always get at me. They're like, what do you ever do for America? It's like, yeah, I volunteered at a homeless shelter for years. For years, buddy. Every Wednesday, we volunteered families. Me and my friends, we would go and teach free music lessons to the kid. I mean, listen, I could list them all, so don't give me that crap. But when you see like in Cambodia, when the kids are, there's a bunch of kids that are just been abandoned from their folks because they couldn't take care of them. So they're it's like Lord of the Flies around garbage, and they go through the garbage for plastic. Number one, they're breathing all this stuff. Anyway, the point is like every country I've seen where it's like poor, they're just canceled out of society. It's like the same thing. It's like people know who they are, and they're like, they can't come here. We don't want that group of people over here. They're not valuable enough to us. That's their job, is to pick through garbage, and that's where they need to stay. And it's like, how can you look at another life like that? You know, it's like, how is that, you know? And I get where people, listen, I've been in California and people are like, I hate homeless people. They just stink up. I get it. I get all that. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, to look at human life and to look at human life, especially children, and just toss them out like garbage and just basically like cancel them from society. And, you know, I don't care what happens to them. And for the most part, a lot of them sadly fall into trafficking and things like that. And it's just a terrible cycle that a child is born into when they're born into poverty, and that they never can get out because the world has canceled them, and they're stuck within eating garbage, being a prostitute, and then either going to contract a disease or just die because of malnutrition, and that's their whole life. And we can just look at that and go, well, that's their problem. It's not my problem. And that for me, like seeing that and then just seeing people canceled for we're canceling people now for their opinion. And it's like, that's such a small scale on the grander scheme of things, but still that's where it starts. You know, it starts with that. It starts with canceling people for a difference of opinion. Then they cancel for the next, and then it's the next, and it'll be for their skin color. It'll be for who you voted for. It'll be for, you know, where you live. And it'll just go on and on and on until we're in a society of classes again, you know. It's just it can spin out of control. Because Haiti's biggest problem was the government wanted to keep the people poor. Because if they keep the people poor, people will keep giving the government money. And if they give government money, the people that were in charge kept all the money. Yeah. So everybody that was the leader or the president or whatever of Haiti, they all left the country when their term is up. They never went back. And they're living somewhere else, almost a billionaire. But nobody ever did anything about it. You know, and so it's like, it is what it is. So that's why. So the Phantom Menace to me, like when they were like attacking cancel culture and stuff, that was where like I was like, yes, that's what I need. And then like getting into Geeks and Gamers, it was kind of like, you know, your friendships are starting to bond quicker, and it's like, here we are. And you know, that's why I said the Phantom Menace means a lot of things to a lot of different people. So
how was that last Vegas meetup? It seemed incredibly special. A couple of us had FOMO. How was it for you, man?
I had the terrible mistake of going. We got a thumbs down. Sorry about that. It's probably my fault. I had a people just hate me. I don't know why. I just do. And so I had a terrible. Somebody talked me into going live on my channel. I had one too many drinks, and people said that was like the live stream of the century because I just had diarrhea mouth and said whatever I want. I was like hitting on like married women. I didn't touch them or anything like that. I was hitting on them in front of their husbands, and their husbands were like, keep going. Like, and I'm just like, they were egging me on and all that stuff. And, you know, I was like pointing at women saying, hey, I was going to date that girl, but I found out she's dating him. And, you know, hey, buddy, just watch yourself because I'm coming. Oh, my God. I couldn't believe I said some of those things. But
wow.
It was one of my highest viewed live streams. I went back the next day and I was like finding everybody saying, hey, let me apologize. Because look, I was there. Everyone's like, hey, it's Jay. Here's a drink. Hey, Jay, I bought you a drink. Hey, Drunk 3PO, here's a drink. And I wasn't trying to be rude.
Yeah.
So like the next night at the meetup, I was
the player came out. The player
I was
came
like,
out.
Just water. Just water. I'm not gonna let that happen again.
Ay, Dios.
And then that's when I lost my fedora that night too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there it is.
I took a drive overnight, and I saw everyone was just like hungover or just plastered all crudo, and I saw your hat there, and I grabbed it.
Crazy. The meetup was amazing. I never thought in a million years that people, and I know this is gonna sound terrible, but it's true that people would care enough. They would want like a picture with me, you know, or something like that's just never been my life ever. So it was very special. The fans, the people here that are in the chat, and even the person that thumbs down, it's if you care that much about me to thumb down the stream, or it's like it's crazy to think, you know, and all these people that are in the chat, you guys have just made my a dream come true. It's like they're the most amazing people I have ever, and the ones that I have met. Experience in the chat. I met him. I met Don, Nikki. I've met them, and they're just amazing people. Amazing people with amazing stories. You know, they're like the real heroes. So it's an honor to meet them. You know, it was an honor to. When we went in Boston, we had the meetup, and I had all the fans that were there sign my poster. I have it back. I'm gonna get it framed that were there because to me that was an honor that you made the trek to hang out with us. So like that was beautiful. So I had all the fans that were there, everyone that was there. I went around to everyone. I was like, can you sign my poster? And it's like, because you're important, you know.
I mean, that was fun to see, and it was great to see like Sporking meet you guys. You see the interaction.
Yeah.
But to me, when you were in New York with DC, because I know you started DC. I know DC means a lot to you. And it means a lot to me because I first started watching John Talks and the DC last year. That's how I found you, bro. It's like, who are these brothers? I like this, you know, because it's like, you know, black and brown nerds. You just,
you know why I started that?
I don't see a lot of that, right?
That's exactly why I started that.
I know. Tell me about that, bro.
During the time I became friends with Abu Nas. Who's when I met him in person, he's a freaking short person. He talks so big and he's so charismatic on the stream. I'm thinking he's like 6'1". Guy's like 4'9", nothing. So now I'm like, now we're gonna make fun of him every time we see him. Yeah.
Oh,
you know?
my God.
And he was the shortest one out of all of us. I was like, what the freak, Abu Nas? There was a time where people were calling us like, oh, it's just white guys complaining about The Last Jedi and white guys complaining about the movies. And I'm like, these are all these black YouTubers saying the same thing and going in a little harder than a lot of us, but no one wants to hear them, you know? So I was like,
yeah,
I was like, come on my channel, man. Like, if I can help get you a voice, then, you know, and so I had a goal. I was like, they're all going to be on my channel. We're going to get them monetized. We're going to, you know, get them their watch hours. We're going to get that. And then once they all get monetized, we're going to we're gonna go on their channel so they can share in the super chats because it was strictly on mine, and I was always, getting everything, and I was like, nah, man, we got to share the love. Like it's not about me, it's about them. So it's I wanted them to succeed. I wanted them to be blessed. I wanted them to receive super chats. I wanted them to experience how to live in front of people. And they did. And my goal was kept. They all got monetized. They all got their channels. They're all doing their thing. They're all doing very well on YouTube.
You know what I love about these guys? They know their shit. They're smart. They're funny.
I know.
They're,
They make me look smart.
The warmth of the Black community like just shines, man, with these guys. And
yeah, they're incredible.
I'm familiar with that just because of it's weird, right? This story I'm going to share with you, where I was living at the time, I got baptized at a Black church that I was going to for years. And there were so many misconceptions that I had, just not judgments, but just misconceptions of Black people that were just, blown away. Like it blew me away. And I just connected so much. It was a great time in my life when I really needed. I was still drinking, but at least I was on my way to like
taking steps, man. Taking steps.
Yeah. But in our community we call that amable in Spanish. When you're amable, it's like a warmth. But it's a beauty too, man. So it's great to. I have a special place for the DC, and thank you, man, for doing that.
Yeah, they're the best there is. They're the best there. You're gonna see a lot of Mark with me too. Mark is
he's great.
Yeah, and between Mark and Abu Nas, when I have a question, especially in these weird times of statues being ripped down, Black Lives Matter, and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I was like, before I go on Twitter and just say da 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 da, it's like
it's good to check in.
Called Abu Nas, called Mark. I was like, explain something to me because you have a perspective I'll never have. And the reason why I learned that was when I was in Haiti. I remember like my first year, I just saw like a mess. Well, it's still a mess, but I was like, I wanted to fix it my way,
Sure.
And as an American, it's like, you need this, you need the internet, you need these, you need this, let's build this, let's do that. And it just kept failing. And finally, after almost a year, the translator that I worked with, he said, hey, Jay, why don't you just, for the next time you come down for a month or so, like, why don't you just talk to the people, see what they're doing, see what they want, see what makes them happy, see what they need, because maybe what they need is not what you're trying to give them. And I did that. And it was completely different than what I was trying to do, what I thought was helping them. And it was like trying to learn the language and trying to see, it was a beautiful thing to really understand the culture and like what. And so from then on, we got a lot of the projects done that were very effective because it was what was needed, not what I thought they needed. And so they had the perspective because they lived there. I didn't. And so now it's like I'm able to call people and just be like, listen, I don't understand this. I'm just hearing what the media is saying. And we all know at this point now, the media is just like, they just play each other at this point. And, it's great to get their perspective of all that stuff, And,
it's amazing, like just putting in that little effort, you get a lot of insight.
Yeah. Pick up the phone.
Yeah. Radio sent $10. Thank you, Radio. This discussion is a blessing.
Great.
Oh, so a female Radio? Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, she's a Twitch streamer. She does Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Apex Legends, not my favorite, but she's a sweetheart. She's awesome. So I'm glad she's here.
And RC from the NYC used PayPal to send us $7.50. Thank you, man.
Oh, wow.
Saludos, Paulie. Evening drunk. What's up? Slantino
Hello.
Nation. Hope everyone is safe and blessed. #adopt, don't shop. And you got to meet him while you were speaking of New York. You hung out with RC.
RC was my tour guide. He kept me safe. He took me to this Dominican pizza. Like, so we had the meetup, right? And I was like, I put it out on Twitter, a little thing, and I knew like Jeremy wasn't gonna be there. He had to leave. Krista and Ryan. So like the top dogs at Geeks and Gamer weren't gonna be there. So I was like, all right, maybe 5 or 6 people will show up who will come down to Times Square where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So I was anticipating, and I told them, I was like, I'm gonna buy dinner for whoever shows up. This is the least I could do for these fans that watch our streams, that share our streams, that do all that stuff. And so we had 30 people there, and I'm like, including us. I was like, hey, RC, take us to like that dollar pizza place. Like,
but hey, how was that pizza?
It's fantastic. Now I was like, RC, like, so there was like the line, in New York on how to do it. And I was like, RC, you're from New York. I need you to order because I don't want to mess this up. So RC like did his Dominican thing, man. He got the pizzas there. They were fantastic. He probably even got a discount. He was awesome. He was like my New York guy. I was like, how do you do that? Because every state's got their way. How you order stuff, how you get in line, and I'm just like, I'm bumbling. I wander in the street. I walk around, I look at stuff. So that's RC in the chat says that was the best $1 spot in the city. It was great. He ordered a bunch of pies. Everybody ate. Everybody was happy. Everybody was just, and to me, it was like we had Black, Latin, white, female, male, married couples, old, young. We even had a deaf guy out there. Wow. And we just all were laughing and eating and celebrating. And I'm like, and I was live on the live stream for a little bit, but when the live stream was off, I was like, this is life right here, man. This is what life needs to be, like it was beautiful. It was a really beautiful moment. So just having pizza with the Dark Council.
Damn. In New York.
In New York, man, with RC, the guy RC who's been super chatting me for years, and has been a supporter of mine for freaking years. To get to meet him and meet Dawn and meet Chris Arcella and meet these other people that I knew of from the being in the chat, and I could put a face with them, and to hear their stories, people that have like mailed me stuff in my PO box that traveled 2 hours just to come and say hi. It's really moving. It was just really moving, and I'm like, this is life right here. And we were just laughing, man. We were just laughing at stupid stuff, and nobody was like, and we were talking, like people talking sports, talking comics, talking Star Wars, talking pizza. It was beautiful.
Man, there's a Sporking raid going on here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott and Sporking News. Thank you guys for stopping on in. Awesome. You guys came to the right. Hey, Jane. How you doing, beautiful?
I got to meet Jane Theory from this theme park stuff, too.
Well, I mean, she's very private and mysterious with her face reveal, but I know, like,
let me just tell you this. Jane
Halloween
Theory
thing. And
Jane Theory is,
she's pretty,
without giving out too much about her.
Yeah.
She is extremely beautiful.
Yeah.
She's extremely successful. Very smart in what she does. I can't give it out, but I know. And it's just like, I mean, she has it all. Like, I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough, And at the end of the day, she's a sweetheart too, because she checks on, and she checks on me from time to time. She checks on others, just like, you doing all right? And then all of a sudden she takes like, I'm like, Jane, I have a question. And she's like, oh, I'm in Hawaii right now. I'll be back later. I'm like,
yeah.
Just random. Just got on a plane and went to Hawaii for a couple days. No big deal. I know, right? I was like, who? Who does that?
Just like it, like, and then like
she was casual.
She was in and out of Hawaii, and it was like, damn, you go.
I was like, just casual. I'm in
We got
Hawaii.
some wonderful people in the chat. Of course, Mexican Iron Man, Clobbering Times, Valiant Renegade, my boy Valiant,
Yeah, good dude.
who's doing a great job with his videos. And we just got $10. Hey, Punk Waddle, thanks for having this conversation and for doing what you guys keep doing. Gracias a ti, hombre.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I see you, Ernest. I'm just here because of drunk.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well,
thanks for being here.
Stay for the Latino as well. All right, Ernest? How about that, brother? You know, Jay, I know you're a good sport because, you know, I started connecting with you as far as directly by trolling you. I mean, I spent a lot of loot on you, bro. I wined and dined you.
And embarrassed me and made videos.
I know, man, but you're such a good...
Like, now that you run live streams, now you know it's a little tricky sometimes to, like, you got to make sure to get, listen, I had to get the guests going. You got chats, you got super chats, you got to, like, it's like,
yeah.
So you kept throwing that stuff in the chat. I was like, the first time you got me, the second time I was like, okay, I know where this is going.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for being so cool
I love
about
it.
that.
No,
people don't know
you
what
can't
we're
laugh
talking
at
about.
yourself. Come on.
We did the Spanish word of the day where I would do a super chat, and I'd always start the line with, "Hey Jay, sorry I couldn't make the panel."
Yeah,
but I was never invited. Like, he doesn't know who I am. And he had like that 70s girl, Jane Theory. You had ¿cómo se llama? What's her name? Jade. You know,
yeah,
like
Mara Jade,
and Steph. And the first one was, you know, you had
right?
Mango on there. Mongo Big Things.
Yeah.
And I said, sorry, I couldn't make the panel, blah, 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 blah. Hashtag Orale Mongo. And I was saying, what's up, Mango?
That's right. I said oral mango. I was like, oral mango? And that was born. That was born.
And then it just kept going.
I see 300 Marys. Mirrors.
Oh, she's here. Where's she at?
There's Tom crying again. Tom, your show comes on right in the middle of my job, bro. Like, I would love to be on Midnight's Edge.
Hey, kids.
I'm always at work.
Yeah. Well, you talk about breaks.
And I want you to stay early because I want
Yeah.
you to be John Campia, Tom. So don't change your time.
Listen, he and Andre gave me a big break.
Oh, of course, they're amazing. Tom is awesome.
And
Andre's
had
awesome.
me on their show. We worked it out. They saw something in me, and I'm helping run Midnight's Edge Español. And you know, I love those gentlemen. Absolutely. And
well, I got stories about Tom. I'll tell you later about blankets, some wet socks, and a hairpiece.
Now,
you know, I can't say that anymore, Tom. I promise I won't tell him anymore. And
the opposite can be said about Scott. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. He had a knife to my side at the meetup saying, I need you to say this about, you know.
I saw that.
Okay. So,
yeah. I saw that. Oh my God. That's funny. Oh, look, wait, you know what? Tom gave some money. Okay. Wait a minute.
That's not Tom.
That's not Tom. Midnight's Edge After Dark for $15. It's amazing how Paulie gets Jay to come on and I can't even get him to answer a message. Crying softly. It's okay, though. I understand. La Bamba and stuff. Oh, Tom, man.
No, when I was years ago, Tom is great, man. He always had me on. Never hesitated when my channel size was smaller. And you know, Tom's like, you said you want. No,
hey, thank you.
That's the thing I love about this community. It's like they like, it's almost like they share their platforms when they don't have to, you know. And people have to realize that they'll see your channel, for instance, and they're like, how come he doesn't invite me on? This is Paulie's channel. If he just wants to record his feet for 10 hours, then that's his business. If he doesn't want to have you on, you're not going to be on. Don't cry about it. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's it. This is like his home. You know, like, you got to respect people's homes.
Well, I
things
mean, it
like
was,
that.
I love what I do. I love what I cover. I I have fun every day bringing, you know, the Latino culture and everything and all that to anyone who likes it, you know. And then as far as special guests, it just varies, and I really want to make it a one-on-one, at home thing. So I'm glad you're having a good time, Jay.
Oh yeah, that's all I was saying. It's like Tom didn't have to bring any of us on, but he did. So it's that like
Let me tell
that's
you,
shows,
Tom is a really, really, and then we'll move on, Tom, right? But
Yeah, I've
you
had enough
are,
talking about him. I'm done.
yeah, yeah, you're a great dude. A Mexican Iron Man for $9.99. How much do I have to super chat to see a sample video of the Spanish word of the day
You have to
collection?
super chat me, not
Yes,
Paulie.
yes.
My PayPal is open. Nah. Mike does not. Mike owes me absolutely nothing. He has done more for me than
Love you, Tom.
he has done more for
Love
me
you,
than
Tom.
he knows.
Let me tell you, man, I can't wait to meet Tom. I can't wait to meet you, Gary.
Yeah, me either.
Because when I met Mike, and I met Mike early this year, and we did a little road trip on California, and he was making his way out. It cemented a lot of things, man. It just cements friendships.
Absolutely.
And you've gotten to do that with
So
a lot of
Mike,
these guys.
this is what I want, Mike. This is my dream. Because he always emails me, how can I help you? This is how you help me. My dream is, I don't dream a lot. I don't dream that big. I mean, my dream is I want a 4-door truck. At this point, I don't care what color it is. Something beeped over here. It's me.
Yeah.
And I want to drive around America doing this podcast and just film in different places.
Sponsorship time. Let's do it.
Yeah. So Mike, if you know someone in the auto industry that would loan me a nice new truck for like 4 months, I'll give it back.
Who's the white dude?
Hey, you shouldn't talk about Paulie that way. That's not very nice.
Well, I have been called. We're gonna circle back to cancel culture. I have been called a white Latino supremacist because I was defending
just making up stuff at this point.
Making shit up. Lin-Manuel Miranda during In the Heights got so much hate from
you
his
are
own
an
people.
anti-vegan Latino non-brown hat wearing person. You
I mean, the words that people come up with, I'm like, huh?
I know. It's like,
what did you I mean, like, do you have a job? Do you go and work?
That is their job.
If you got a job, you don't got time for any of this stuff. It's amazing, Jay.
That's why I always tell people, you want to know the best thing to do? That world is right here for me. All that nonsense, and I could just go out and put my phone down, and it just if you tell yourself that world just lives right here in this little box, life is good.
It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen.
Just get popular. Like the more popular you get, the crazier things people say about you. Sometimes, like when the whole Gina thing like popped off, it was just like I was like reading stuff about me that I didn't even know, and I was like, "Dang, I didn't know." Like that was cool. Like, tell me more about myself. Pretty funny.
When the Gina thing had come and gone, by the time I have people that on as guests that they have their views. I know, and that's a big reason why I have them on, and I'll continue to have people on. But this one actor, I don't even know how it came up, because this one actor's talking about their career and what they're doing, and they got some good stuff going on. That Gina came up in the conversation, and it was as if this person grabbed the talking points about, here's what I gotta now say against Gina Carano. White supremacist, racist, homophobic,
all the fun stuff.
I'm like, did you see her interview? Her interview that she just did was pretty amazing. but didn't want to hear it. That person didn't want to hear it. And this person, Jay, I consider a very open, cool person. I'm just like, wow. These people are getting sold in a bag of empty
It
bag of
shows
goods,
how
man.
easy we can, as a society, get brainwashed and told. And that's the whole thing about like the Welcome to Rebellion movement is not about, grabbing pitchforks and knives but we've been sold lies our whole life. And you break it down to even the smallest lie, you're not good enough. And that lie becomes truth when you believe it. You're too ugly. You're not smart enough. You're not talented enough. You don't have what it takes. You're too fat. You're too skinny. You're not athletic. I mean, the list goes on. We've all been told that stuff. You'll never make it. College ain't for you. You shouldn't be a teacher. It just goes on and on.
Yeah.
And then those lies that we've been told become truth because we believe it. And then when you try to do those things, that truth that you believe, but actually was a lie, it messes with you. And you're like, yeah, you know what? Maybe this ain't for me. And then you start to get slumpy in your seat and you're just like, maybe that's who I am. And then the worst thing happens after that. I have it all broke down. This is my life.
Preach.
You believe a lie. You try to do something, you fail because we all fail. You don't know how to understand failure because you already believe in a lie that you're not good enough. So then you're like, yeah, I guess I'm not good enough. Knowing that everybody fails, and you just got to learn from failure. It's a great tool. And then the worst thing that you could do but we all do it, like it's you start to compare yourself to someone else. Oh, they got it.
Yeah.
Why do they have it? And now you're really starting to get into a state of anger or depression or no value. The worst thing is like you have no value. Now you're comparing yourself to tons of other people. Then you go on social media and you make it worse because you're seeing everybody doing cool stuff and you're just like, I have no life. What's the point?
I see this.
And then you live in this constant circle of negative. And it all started because you believed one lie. It's like throwing like gasoline on fire. And so this whole movement is like, you need to start rebelling a little bit from the things that you were told because most of them aren't true. If you don't like how you look, you can go out and change it. It takes time. It's hard work. It ain't easy. Start walking. Change your diet a little bit. Find someone that's doing it and doing it with them. Find a group that can encourage. I mean, it's like a whole set mindset to get your mind to a certain place to where you actually feel that you can accomplish what you can do. Get around people that are doing the same thing that you want to do. There's Facebook groups. Yeah, I can go back to my mom's a part of tons of them. I mean, it's just like there's groups out there. You just type in Google, you can find stuff, and it's not easy, but it's possible. And then once you start, your mindset starts to change, then you have a battle every morning where it's like you got to keep that mindset of I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. That's why these slogans are so popular. Nike, just do it. It's so popular because people, they believe that they're not good enough, so they constantly have to feed themselves with this motivational, this stuff over and over again just to get a few hours done every day. It's crazy. It's a society, and then we're sold a bag of goods. It's like, hey, you want to look like this model with six-pack abs? Here, take 6 pills a day, buy this, buy that, which I get. But sometimes it's just as simple as opening the door and start taking a walk, and most people know what's right or wrong. Like if you want to lose weight, you shouldn't be ordering pizza, right? If you want to write a book, maybe you should like buy a book on how to write a book and do some education. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's little things like that.
I'll make it real simple. And you've dropped a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, I just vomited it all out there. Sorry, everyone.
I'm going to make it simple for me.
60 people
is that
here.
if I
Thank
want to
you for
stay
being
sober, I don't go to a bar.
There you go.
I don't go to bar. We got a couple of super chats and stuff. Mr. Tickle Trunk, Two Men in Hats. It's my favorite new podcast. Hey, let's start it. Paulie and Jay.
That sounds cool.
We got a new member. Mike likes tacos.
Mike Like Tacos is an awesome guy.
Órale, Mike. Muchísimas gracias. He is a soldado.
That dude prays for me and tells me all the time. Then he roasts me in chats, which I love it. That's the beautiful. That's the best relationship I can have online.
Yes. Mexican Iron Man for $4.99 for motivational videos and words of encouragement. Please subscribe to Drunk 3PO Patreon today.
Yeah, I have a special group over there on my Patreon. They, I try to it's like my blog. So I try to share with them words of wisdoms that I've read or something that I'm doing. And maybe it'll help them, maybe it doesn't, but it's a special group over there. And nobody gets it but my Patreon. So
one more, Jane Theory, a $2 super sticker, Shiba Inu pointing up. Thank you, Jane. Thank you so much. Thank you. God, what a lot of we're not used to it here in the slant, and we appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the love. Muchísimas gracias. A lot of people are smart, Jay. A lot of people are smart. They got it all figured out in their head. But it's not, you said something, it's got to be something more than just us. And what I mean by that, Jay, is that we can figure out everyone else's problems but our own. And then what we're feeding to people is inauthentic. It's not real.
Because we've lost the ability to love ourselves.
Yeah.
And people have stopped loving themselves. And I know that's such a weird phrase to hear, but it's so true. When you have the ability to look at other people and point out their faults and their problems on how they can fix it, but you can't do it for yourself, you have a compassion or empathy for someone else, but you don't have the same thing for yourself.
Well, yeah, it happens, man. It happens to the best of us, Jay. It happens to the best of us.
Happens to everybody.
Right. And you got to get up every morning and make sure you are flexing that muscle of like you said, of whether it's taking a walk or praying or doing something positive.
I wake up every day and write down. I have a book by my bed. I write down, and I've gotten into a habit of writing down 3 things I'm thankful for. Even on my worst days, I can find something. I'll flip through it sometimes and just be like, I was thankful for the running water in my house. And it's just like you could find 3 things. So you wake up your day with thanks.
Yes, I know.
And that's one thing. So I'm thankful. And it's a process of. Here's the thing. And cut me off if I start going.
All right.
When you get to a point of understanding who you are and begin to love who you are and the talents that you have, the world is so different. When you serve and help others, you can do it in a way where they don't even have to say thank you to you and you're okay with it. Because help others or do things for people and you're wanting that, I need that praise, I need it, you're literally saying, I don't care that much about me because I need to hear it every 5 minutes. So let me go out. And I've seen people on the
Did we lose Jay?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Say that. Repeat. Say that again.
Oh, look, I'm frozen on the screen. Look at that. Crazy. No, what I was saying is it's like when we begin to do things for praise and do things for attention and do things for acknowledgement, it's you're at this place in your life where, and there's nothing wrong with getting it. I'm just saying, but if that's all you seek, then you're at this place where you're not really taking care of who you are because you constantly need that affirmation. And it'll never, it's an appetite that'll never stop until you start loving yourself.
We call that self-seeking motive.
Well, see, it is. And so and like I said, it ain't easy to get to that point, but it's doable. And you just have to wake up and be like, I like who I'm like who I'm becoming. I like what I'm doing. I love
No, I
you
love the
know, and
affirmation technique. That's a great affirmation technique. That is
well, it's
fantastic.
just
You
because it's
know,
so easy to slip into the Karen movement of,
mm,
well, look what I did for you. You know what I mean? Like, remember I did all that for you,
mm,
and you did nothing for. It's like, yeah, when you see that nastiness come out of people,
yeah.
it's like I gave you all that money. You know, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I was in a bad spot, and you never really said thank you the way I want. It's like, dang, you know, there's something wrong with them that they haven't dealt with or get to love
Snow
that.
Dub
Like for
Live has a question
you
for you.
seeking help, like to be clean,
Sure. Well,
it's an easy way to say I want to love myself again because I want to take care of myself. Self-care, you know, things like that. That's a big sign
well,
of doing that.
I won't go down too deep into it, but for addicts or for alcoholics, like just trying to, get life right again, you know, they got to be other seeking, have compassion for others, and be honest.
Oh,
Because
that's
we're
huge.
we're good at those three. We're good at the opposite of those. We're good at seeking. We're just self pleasure. I don't have pity for anybody. You have pity for me, and I'm always gonna lie and cheat because that's how I can get you to love me and like me. And that's the mind. That's the sick mind, the addictive mind. So if I do those opposite, if I take care of them, and it goes beyond like not having a drink. Not drinking is easy. it's 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 dealing with the real world sober. But anyways, I didn't want to go down too deep, brother. But yes, man, yes, there are. It's a daily grind, and it's good stuff. Snow Dub asks for $2. What exactly did Drunk do with Jolly in Vegas?
See, man, Snow's got to move on. Like that was past. It's over. Found him on a street corner. He's gonna record. I know he's gonna use this for a video clip.
Is
That's
he?
why I was like,
Great.
yeah.
All right, Snow Dub.
So what? All right, I'll answer for
Oh,
him.
here we
I'll
go.
play. I saw John. All right, let me start over. I saw Jolly. Bad shape, man. Bad shape. I picked him up and coddled him. I took him to this place. I was like, he needs a stuffing stat, some stitches, maybe some, carpet fresh for the fur,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a deodorizer. Like I don't know whose hand has been up there, but it was not clean. So I told everyone I was kicking him around, and I kicked him a few times just to kind of keep the cover, you know. But he came out fresh and new, a new man. I took him to the Lexor. He hit the slots. Very happy. Saw him with the women. I just said, "Hey, man, do your thing. You're a new man. It's a new day. It's a new puppet day. Make it a good one." And he just looked back at me and he just gave me like this weird. I don't know what that meant, but I just took it as
Peace,
okay.
fingers,
We're all good. Yeah, it was all good. So that's what happened.
Hashtag Cotton Connection. There you go.
That's it.
There you go. Mike likes tacos for $5, and he's a new member of the channel. This man's a drunkard. Frequently seen
Yeah.
walking the streets. Paulie, thank you for reaching out to the downtrodden souls in this world. Yeah. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. They had a good time with your sleeping memes that came out of
I'm like I'm a walking meme. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Listen, man, again, I'm at this point in life where it's like we're all grouped together. I see something. I'm just gonna go see what I want to see, you know. So I fell asleep on the couch because I was up all night. I was at the pool with Krista, being with her. And I was at the pool with Krista, and Jeremy calls me. He's like, "Hey, you're supposed to be on Friday Night Tykes." I was like, "Nobody told me." Gary said, I texted you 2 months ago. I was like, man, I don't remember 3 days ago. He's like, can you get here? And I'm like, yeah, look, I'm all sweaty. I've been in the sun. It was hot. I don't have no clothes. I'm tired. I fell asleep at the pool while
Right.
Crystal was in the water. I was like, I got to get an Uber. I didn't have none of my stuff. I had no charger. My phone was about to die. I got an Uber. Went all the way to the studio. I'm exhausted. I haven't eaten anything. I got there. They had like some chicken there or whatever. I ate a bunch. I ate like, me and John Bartolo ate like a big, massive wad of chicken. The show's going on. I go in and I'm just like, they look at me and Jeremy looks at me and he goes like that, you know, and I know what that means. It's like, make yourself comfortable. I get to the couch, I kind of lay down and fall asleep and they snap a picture.
Oh, wow. That's the story, huh?
And the rest was history. And they made those memes so quick because they kind of woke me up and they were like, hey, it's your turn to come on the show. So I get on the show and I'm like, oh, it's nice to be here because I'm never really on that much. And it's not that you don't invite me. It's a lot of times I'm at the theme parks or something like that. And then they brought me on to show me all the memes that were made. And I'm just like, okay. It's like, there it is. And then it wasn't long after I came back from Mexico. And Gary was like, you're in San Diego? I was like, yeah. He goes, well, we're getting ready to move, but I'm still here. If you need a place to crash for a night or two, like come to the house. So he picked me up, you know, like from the border and got to his house. And I fell asleep on like one of his couches because he went live with Az for like 6 hours. And like, he was just in like, he was like in a hurry. So I came in this house. I just like laid down and fell asleep. He took a picture. So I don't know. That's just my life right now. I'm just happy I'm so big. Like I'm a big dude, but like I could fall asleep on a plane or in a car or and just get it in and then go about my life. When I was in New York, Paulie, I didn't go to bed till like 4 a.m.
Well, that's the energy of that town, man.
And then I'm like up again like at 8, man. And like I lay down and I'm like, I had my windows open on purpose. So when the sun, and I was on the 50th floor in Times Square. Never in my life have I been to a place like that. The light was shining in and woke me up. And I'm just like, I feel terrible. But once I get moving, I had Krispy Kreme donuts, man.
Oh,
life was so good.
Oh, God. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry.
Sorry, man. I just go on and on.
No, I love it, man. I love it. I think my favorite of those memes was the Greek harem. Like you were like a Caesar type, and then the girls were around you, and they had put the. You weren't sleeping on that one. You were kind of just like seated.
I was sitting there, and we were telling stories because everyone swears I have the best stories. So like they were all listening to me tell like these stories from like overseas and like because in Vegas, man, I just wandered off. Everybody's like, where'd you go? And I'm like, oh, I did this. And like, they're like, your life is so exciting because it's like things just happen. I don't know. I bump into people, man. I went to the Fox News studio. I'm not supposed to talk about it because something surprise, but it's surprise. I mean, you saw the picture with me and Kaylee, like the Trump press secretary that she tweeted out. She tweeted out to like 2 million people. And I'm like, you know, my mom was like, okay, how did you get to meet her? And it's like, I just bumped into her. It's just so weird. Like, it's just so weird. So it was just one of those things, you know? And so like we were sitting around telling stories and Ryan snapped a picture to make a joke. He's like, the women are always around Drunk 3PO. And then Anna took that picture and painted it up like the Roman, you know, she's freaking amazing.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
And you and Anna had a run for a while with the Star Trek. I remember seeing you guys together on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a sore subject because I'm
supposed
to do number 2, like the second season, and I haven't. It's been my fault. Well, I've been traveling, but
okay, it's all on you. All right, I don't.
Yeah, it's on me. Right. So she's just like every time it gets brought up, she's like, "We could have had it done by now. So,
bro, what's the biggest misconception about Gina?
Gina Carano?
Yeah.
That she's I guess right now that she's like a transphobe or
But
That's a
okay,
huge
let me
misconception.
reword that then. Why is she so special? Because I think she's pretty special.
She is not like your normal celebrity.
Mm.
And she generally really cares and loves like everyone that's in the room. She wants to make sure everyone in the room is comfortable, happy, and loved. I mean, like loved. It's incredible, you know. And I
Mhm.
spent 3 days with her in Vegas. It was like all we did was laugh. It was awesome. And she laughed at me because like we would go out to dinner,
Mhm.
you know, and we went to restaurants where like they didn't even have the price tag on the menu. And so I'm like, as
Oh.
a gentleman, Gina, it's my duty to take you out to dinner. And she's like, oh, okay. You know, knowing that the restaurant's going to be quite expensive.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And I was just like, so I get the menu and I'm like, and I go to the waiter. I'm like, excuse me, there's no price tags on here. And she just freaking laughed and laughed. I'm like, well, excuse me. The common folk need the price tag. So I'm not,
Wow.
you know how I am. And like, she just freaking laughed and laughed. And then when she came to Orlando and we hung out in Orlando for a little bit, the same thing happened. I was like, all right, you got dinner last time. There's no exceptions. I'm going to get it this time. So we went to this place that she picked out. Sure enough. And I'm like, I get the menu and I'm like, there better be price tags on this menu. And she just laughed. And it's just been like that. It's just been like, she's seeing me like see her world. And then she's like living through mine. Like I'm not a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? and then she sees my comments. I'm like, wow, that was interesting. I've never experienced that in my life. And so she just laughed, man. It made her special. And then when she had a group of people with her, she made sure like, and it wasn't even like spending money on them. It was just like, you have my attention and I care about you, every single one. So it was really, and we have stories for days, man. Like just our Gina J adventures were like, just
That's nice.
hilarious. And it was just all laughing, she was laughing at me mostly.
Yeah,
But
but you were.
well, I
You're.
was like, I was like, so we had this steak dinner, right? And I'm like, okay, and I'm trying to act like I belong there, And I'm
Mhm.
like, what's a good pairing with this steak? Like a wine pairing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so they would like, well, you want this, and I'm like, they're like, would you like a taste? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I don't know what I'm doing. I have no freaking idea. So I'm like shaking it around and sniffing it, and she is like laughing her head off at me trying to act like I'm all proper. And so I was like, this is very good. How much is it? $400 a glass. And I was like,
Ooh.
well, I'll just stick with water. And she's just laughing.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I can't pay 400. I was supposed to pay for dinner in Orlando. And so
Ooh.
I'm like, I can't afford $400 a glass. If it's
Yeah.
$400 a glass, I'm like, how much is the freaking steak? There's no price tags on. I'm like, Gina, there's no price tags on the menu. $400 a glass. You're laughing at me. I'm drinking water. I want a pack of croutons. I don't even know what you're getting. I'm trying to be a gentleman here and pay for it. And she's dying. She's freaking laughing so hard, And then I was like, do you have a wine? Have a wine list? He's like, yeah. I was like, again, no price tags on the wine list. I'm like, forget it, man. I'm like frisbeeing it and everything. It's so funny. So $400 a glass for the wine that I picked. I'm granted there probably was cheaper things, but
That's a lot of scratch for a glass of wine, man. Like that.
yeah.
That's a lot. Mexican Iron Man, $4.99. He's a fine member of this channel. He's a general of this channel, of this Slantino nation. But I don't know what this all forever hail Team Joey. Do you have any idea what that means, Jay?
Yeah, I know what it means. Hold on, I have to show you. Hold on one second.
Okay. And
1 second, I'm gonna grab
yeah,
something.
go ahead, take your time. I'll say hello to people in the chat really quick as we're gonna find out what Team Joey is. Don't forget, we just announced and just started our charity Strut Your Mutt Dog Rescue fundraiser. I'm trying to raise $3,000 between now and the end of the month. There is the link. These fine people brought my 2 dogs into my life, and they did not have a good life until they were rescued. And we're going to have a big fundraiser live next week. So thank you so much. Thank you, 300 Mirrors. Thank you for doing that.
So the first time I met her,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if I'd ever meet her again. I don't know if I ever talk to her again. I was like, I brought a book bag.
Wait, do we need to go big? Do we need to go big on you?
No. I don't think so. Maybe we'll see. I brought a book bag full of stuff for her to sign. All right. So this was the first thing, and so she signed it by accident. She signed it Joey, Joay, Gina Carano.
Nice.
And she signed it, and she was like, she looked over. It's on video, but like the first part's not on video. She's like, "Oh my god, I messed up." I'm like, who the freak is Joey?
Yeah.
Like, were you supposed to meet somebody else here? Like, who's Joey? And she's just laughing and laughing and laughing again. And I'm like, Joay. I was like, you didn't even spell Joey right. Like, what's wrong with you? And she just thought it was, she couldn't stop laughing about that. And so now, like, her nickname to me is Joey, and everybody, they call me Joey. But yeah, and she tried to fix it. You can see, like, she tried to, where it says, it looks like J, like
Right.
she scribbled in like the big Y, but it was all recorded. And so I was just like, to Joey from Gina Carano, you are the wind beneath my wing. I was like, I'm the wind beneath your wings?
Oh.
Like, what is that? I was like, you need to work on your slogan signatures. So
right.
Look at that, man. Nice hat.
But she really did start.
Yeah,
she
so
really
it's just
did
been a
start
thing.
this when she announced her deal with Daily Wire. Is that correct? And then she said, "Welcome to the rebellion." Is it? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So
she said, "Welcome to the rebellion," and I said, Gina, I called her, and I said, "Can I make a T-shirt with that on it?" And I said, "I'll give you all the money." I was like, "We just want to support you." She was. That was rough, man. The Lucasfilm thing and all that stuff that went down was hard on her. And seeing every news outlet talk bad about her, you know. And so I made these shirts. These are the original.
Nice.
And I said, you know what? We're gonna get. I told her, I said, look, I'm gonna give. She goes, you can keep the money, Jay. Jay, just do what you want to do. It's okay. I was like, no, I'm not gonna profit off you being fired. I said, we're gonna give the money away. So for like, it was cool. Like for like 4 months in a row, we averaged about $800 a month in shirt sales, and I kind of kicked in a little bit from the Patreon and stuff. So we got 1,000. And A2, who was in the chat, like we found a charity to give it away every month. And then it went from there to like 9 Line Apparel, and what the hat that you have on your head, where we're helping like veterans, you know, and like veterans of this country. And it's so cool, you know. It's good stuff, you know. And it was just,
well, I was out of town when this hat came, and I asked Romy to put it on. She snapped a shot. I was like, oh man, it looks great on you.
well, we made it special, like, because I was telling them, like, this is the draft hat. You have a different one. See, this has a button on the top. I was like, I have a lot of gamers in my community, so we wanted one without the button. So if they wear headsets and stuff.
Ah, smart.
Yeah.
I just noticed. I mean, I have a lot of baseball caps.
Yeah, so like they can wear their headsets with it, and the button doesn't push down on their head if they have a headset on. So like that was the little thing that we did.
PJ, for $10, it's $10 super sticker. Good Lord, what? Let me look for the sticker here. Where is it? Oh, Oh God. It is a #1 fan. Little guy jumping up and down. Gracias, PJ. Thank you so much, hombre. He's a cool dude. Do you know PJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
him as well as you do, but I know who he is.
We're gonna have him on the show on the Midnight's Edge Espanol again. His Spanish is pretty legit, better than mine. Shoot,
Cool.
I ain't gonna lie. And Terminus S for $2. Oro mangoes and mujeres. Yeah, mujeres. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for her new film. She looks fantastic in it, and I
She
was
was supposed to
excited for.
do, yeah, she was gonna do a movie called White Knuckle, which we think that's what the name of it was.
Mhm.
And when they got ready to like start filming that, the restrictions on where they were filming were like
Major.
they wanted people to show like their passport, their vaccine passports, stuff like that. And she was like, "No, I'm not going to do that to anyone." So then they moved her to this one in Montana, where they're doing
Oh,
Terror on the
okay.
Prairie. So we're hoping that in the next, after this movie's done, um, that the restrictions will be kind of lifted, and she can work on the other one.
So I got a final question from Mexican Iron Man.
Mm.
I mean, let's be honest. I got a lot from him.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Could you please tell us about this exciting new show and what's in store for the fans of Junk 3PO and the causes you support? There's a lot of talk and excitement about your new live show.
My podcast? Is that what he's talking about?
Probably that's
That I
the
just
new thing I'm
launched?
seeing. You just
Yeah.
launched it. Yeah.
There's a lot of amazing.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. It's so much work to get all that stuff set up. Like, it's shocking. There is a lot of amazing people in this community, number one, and amazing people out there that have rebelled against their fears and their doubts. Yes, the podcast, okay. And I want to hear their story. And I want to document it, and like what made them finally wake up in the morning and just say, I can do this. Because success is not, some people think success is $1 million, but then some people think success is doing what they love. Some people think success is making sure my family's healthy. It's all different. And 2020 taught. So for me, my grandmother passed away this year, and it was really surreal because, and she didn't die of the coof, if everybody knows what that I mean. She had kidney failure, but she was in a nursing home in the state of Virginia, and I was in Florida, and this was the first time in my entire 40 plus years that I never saw her for Thanksgiving or Christmas. And it was just been a staple in my life and my brother's life and everything. We couldn't go see her because of the lockdowns. Then when she got sick, I couldn't go see her. And when she passed away, I couldn't even go to the funeral because of the restrictions. And that was I still deal with that today. Like, that was big because every year for my entire life, I got a birthday card from her, except this year, like every year. I have a lot of them in a box behind me, and it's just, that's just who she was. She made sure the grandkids always got a birthday card.
Yeah.
And I'm like, life is so. She should never have died alone, number one. She should have never been buried without her family being there. And we have to realize that that did really happen in America. And we have to start living our life. Like, it's just, we have to start. And what that did was it kind of woke me up to, like, I can't be sitting around waiting, saying, I'll be ready to do this next year. I'll be ready to do what I want to do next year. I'll be ready to do you know what I mean? Because who knows what next year holds? Who knows what tomorrow holds? And so I hope this podcast will bring people together to motivate and encourage and educate and help people take a step closer to what they want to do in life that makes them happy, that makes other people happy. You know, because like I said, like, life was so it's just amazing that whole year she was alone. And it just, for me and my brother and it was so eye-opening to, like, and I don't know, it just was like, I can't wait, you know, and people shouldn't wait. People shouldn't wait to live life, because God forbid, like, something comes around again. You know what I mean? And like, we're all in the same boat again or something like that. And it's like, we just need to get out and start living life, because it's just such a precious thing. So that's the best way I could sum it up. It's just like, I want you on it. I want Mexican Iron Man on it. There's people in the chat that I know, that have done amazing things, and I want them. I don't need, like, big time YouTubers on it. You know, that's it. I mean, I'm sure I'll have some, but it's bigger than that. You know, it's like, it's people that have started an Etsy store and made it in their mind successful. What is success to them? It's people that have found their dream job. It's people that have, like, shook off certain tragedies or whatever in their life and said, no, I'm going to do this. How did they do that? How did they get there? You know, how did you get to sobriety? Like, you know what I mean? It's like all that
No,
stuff.
Tom, he didn't.
So here I'm being serious and Tom makes jokes. That's why I'm not on his show anymore.
First of all, condolences to you and your family on your loss.
Oh, thank you.
It's inhumane, man. It's inhumane. You know, we're meant for fellowship, to be together. That's a big thing in AA. And I was so heartbroken and depressed for a long time because I couldn't go to a meeting in person with other dudes. It wrecked me, bro. And even though I started a daily men's meeting, as this thing went on, I stopped doing that because I got resentful. You know, I mean, so I had to find my way back. I didn't drink, but I had to find my way back. And, you know, it's good advice you give. And you got to get out there. What are we doing waiting to live? That's a trip, man. That's a trip.
I mean, you know, we're older. We're going to blink and see 60. We're going to blink and see 7. I mean, it's just, you know,
if we're lucky, right?
If we're lucky, yeah.
If we're lucky, right? So,
I mean, I want to write a book, and I'm like, I'm getting this whole universe put together. It's hard.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of freaking work, a lot of money, but I believe in it. And if my mom buys it, then that's great. But it's just,
I'm sure she will.
I don't want to look back. I just don't ever want to look back and go, I had a dream of doing that. I don't want to take my best ideas and dreams and goals to the grave with me. That's what I don't want. And if I can live a life that will inspire a young mind to, like, feel the same way, then good. Then I can shuffle off this world, you know, and I'm okay. Like, but that's the thing. It's like, I heard somebody said this, man, and it resonates with me. That some of the greatest inventions, some of the greatest books, some of the greatest cures for disease are in the graveyard. Because people just sat on, like, they waited.
Wow.
They waited too long to pursue it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want that to be me. So, you know, I'm not saying I'm gonna write, like, the next War and Peace book or anything, but at least we'll get it done.
So thank you 300. I was gonna ask one of you guys to
what a
grab
beautiful
that for
soul
us.
she is.
Yeah. I mean,
it's going to be on iTunes, Spotify, I think Pandora, Podbean.
How many do you
It's
have
all
up
in
now?
that registration phase where they're approving it. It's already on Amazon Music, I think. Yeah, and like, so
Okay.
I just got one little teaser show up there, but it'll probably kick off in November. And I hope to do one at least once a week, hopefully twice, maybe 3 times. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What's going to happen is I'm going to record it on YouTube. When it's done, it gets flipped over to my members. But you can listen to it again for free on the podcast stuff. But then I'm going to go on like 35 more minutes with the guest, hopefully. And that'll just be for my Patreon members and my YouTube members. My YouTube members and my Patreon have been the heartbeat. They have done so much to help my personal dreams. I feel like I don't give them enough. You know, we've helped build a home in El Salvador, and we're working on stuff in Mexico. We've given between my members and Patreons and people from my channel this year alone, we're at 55, almost $67,000 given to charity just this year alone. And that's people in the drunk 3PO community, you know, buying shirts, giving super chats, giving to the charity stream, all that stuff. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than what I make in a year. So I'm just like,
more than that glass of wine, huh?
Pretty awesome, man. $400. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's pretty awesome.
Radio comes in again, $5. Thank you so much. Like Jay's sad, rebel against the
like
fears.
Jay said.
Like Jay said, rebel against the fears. Rebel against the lies we believe about ourselves, living life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Radio. Yeah.
She's awesome.
You know, you got to keep your mind sharp. You have to. There's a lot.
You know what else you have to do, Paulie?
You
gotta have some fun, man.
I know.
You ever hear this word like you gotta wake up and grind, right? You ever hear people say that? Grind. I understand the grind. You know what happens if you take a piece of metal and constantly grind it? It's gonna disappear. If you constantly grind yourself, you're gonna break down. You're gonna break down. Grinding stuff together, man, breaks it apart, crumbles it, destroys it, hurts it. You know what I'm saying? There's a part where you gotta grind, but there's also a part where you gotta laugh, and you gotta love, and you gotta smile, and you gotta go out and maybe dance a little bit, and maybe sing a few songs. You get what I'm saying?
My brother,
if you're constantly in that grind, man, you're just grinding yourself to nothing. Like that's just. But I appreciate the grind. Don't get me wrong, but it's like there's a balance here, you know.
Well, I love to dance with Romy. I love dancing, bro. I love dancing, and we got to do more of it because even I'll forget, and then like you're grinding, just like you got to keep the bills, and like is it safe to go here? Is it safe to go there? We can dance in our living room.
And there'll always be bills. There's always gonna be bills to pay. There's always going to be rent due. There's always going to be a mortgage pay. Always going to be a light bill. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. You're right. Freaking turn on the music in your living room and dance.
Yeah.
Laugh. Dance like no one's watching, man. Dance in the rain. You know what I mean?
Rent's due. Jay is. I mean, you really are, man. You really are, and it's it's.
Oh man, I have my issues too. Thanks, Shellback.
Yeah.
See, someone like Shellback is my hero. The man served our country.
Yep. Maybe.
The man freaking served our country. Those are my heroes. My grandfather served the country. Like those are my heroes.
Shellback was one of the first guys that would stream with me, and I think he was like in the 50s, like he was like one of my first subscribers.
Yeah, he's a real deal.
He's a good dude. Another guy who is a good dude, Valiant Renegade for $10 on the PayPal. Great show as always. Best wishes. Muchísimas gracias, Valiant. he's doing incredible videos with video with Tom and everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. Check out Valiant's page as well. A lot of smart people here, man. A lot of cool people. Shellback, Navy, and you got Valiant and Clobberin Times, Louisiana. People from I love traveling this country, bro. I know you travel the world, the planet. I love traveling this country. There's so many misconceptions about just us as Americans with each other that I really that really gets me going, like in a good way. Like I love, like, hey, tell me about this town, tell me about South Carolina, tell me about this country road, tell me about, like, how do you hunt, tell me about that, you're up at 5:00, what's going on? Because I'm an LA kid. I don't know this stuff. I love it, man. Theme park casual, $5. Thank you, theme park casual. Just a token of thanks to a couple of my favorite white tears. Keep up the great work, gentlemen, and nice hats. Yeah.
I tip my hat to you, my friend.
And oh wow, we're getting some. Not used to all these. Bone for $2. Let's go, Brandon. I mean, thank you, Bone.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
I know.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Who's Brandon?
Who's Brandon? I wait.
It's pretty funny. I should have, like, when I first saw that, I was like, I need to make a shirt immediately. I missed it. I probably could have made like $50,000 selling Let's Go Brandon shirt.
Let me do one more hat change.
Oh, yeah.
So I can be like my OG brother.
That's my favorite one.
This one Romy got me. We'll close it out. Let's just say thank you. $5 Australian. Gek 812. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Late to the live stream. Had looked forward to the drunk slant combo and set reminders. Guys, still going on for a while. Love to you both. Jay, how's the book going? Yeah. What's the genre of the book, real quick?
So when I was in class teaching 5th graders, long story short, there was a young girl who wrote a paper saying life would be better off without me. And she wasn't trying to hurt herself. She just felt like her mom, she wasn't living with her dad, but her mom struggled to provide food and stuff. And she'd like I love my mom, and she would be better off if I wasn't a bother.
Wow.
So she felt like she had no value. So I wrote like this series of books about young people that were they felt like they were average, and they end up going on an adventure and realizing that it's okay that I'm average in most things. I could still change the world. I don't have to be like excellent at something to change the world. I could just be Jay, change the world. You could just be Paulie. And that's and so I wrote the book, was finished. I sent it out to some test readers. Got a high response, but then somebody came back to me. They said, you should do a graphic novel. Let me help you. And that's what it's doing now. So I'm going to have the book. Wow. Anna's going to do the artwork. And then I'm also going to have an option to get a graphic novel. That's just taking a while. My thing is, I want it, like, before I even do go-go stuff or anything, like, I want it all done.
Yeah, sure.
So, like, I just want it in my hand to go, okay. Because at the end of the day, we're competing with, like, I just have to put the best product I know I know what I can afford out there, because we're competing against everybody else trying to steal young people's attention or our attention and lead them, brainwash them, and whatever. And it's like, if you don't put out if it's sloppy, then it's gonna be like, whatever. You got to do the very, very best. And know that you're competing against people with millions of dollars. So
Yeah.
I'm taking my time. Like I don't want to rush it, but it's something that I look at almost I'm almost sick of reading it. Put it that way. So,
No, I
but
understand.
it's 1 out of 6. The first book is called Blue. And they're all titled after primary and secondary colors. So you'll understand when you get.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I'm in a third draft with my editor, and she's an award-winning playwright. And she's just so amazing, you know, like what she the notes I get from her. And this is a sci-fi fantasy novella, and I've been working on it for here's what's interesting. I wrote most of it in late 19. I picked it up again at the beginning of all this, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I didn't write for months, and that's not like me. Like I creatively write almost every day. So now we're back on, and I got a new round of notes from her. So that's in my schedule. But that's great, dude. Keep out. You know what? I would love for you to read it. It's a short.
I'd be honored.
Yeah, it's a few. It's like 15 pages.
Katina Martin, I see what you said in the chat. Thank you. Everyone's saying nice things. You guys are so nice.
Oh, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Weirdos in here saying nice things.
For $2 Canadian, this is a once a month thing now. If not, please, yes.
That's cool.
Thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Well, you never know, and we're just really happy that you came, man. I know you're a busy guy.
I'm honored that you asked me.
Yeah, no, man. That 70s rock fan for $10 Canadian, a general to the channel. Thank you. Thanks to 2 of my favorite people on this planet for a great stream. And Jay, I love my Rebellion t-shirts.
Awesome. I'm glad that you love it. If you bought one of these, you know you helped some people. So I'm glad that you loved it.
What is the yes, I am. What is the charity or with these shirts? And forgive me because I didn't.
With 9 Line Now, they have it's called the 9 Line Foundation, and they work strictly with veterans and just helping veterans that need to get on their feet, building their homes and stuff like that. So it's right there.
That's great, man.
That way, it's I'm just one person. And juggling all this stuff, it's like you can only spin so many plates. I don't know if you know that phrase. And it's like, I've got to put some plates down. So like just having a great shirt with a great company, I know it goes to a great cause. So it's like, let them handle that. I'll promote it.
Go. Right.
Yeah. So I could put the plate down a little bit and, you know, go from there. So
well, it sounds like you need a production. I don't want to say
I need a lot. I need a lot of stuff.
I need
a beautiful woman in my room over there, number one, that I can cook for and clean for. And, you know, I need I would love to have a guy that makes thumbnails. I mean, there's so much little things, but hey, man, no complaints. I've got a great job. I get to visit theme parks for a living. I get to hang out with people like you. You know what, I teach online early in the morning. So like my job is done around 10, 11. It's cool stuff. So.
I am happy you kind of reminded me. And tonight, check your local listings, guys. But let me get this. Give me. Is there anyone in the chat you want to say hi to? I need to get this photo real quick. Give me a second.
Oh, dude. I see a lot of people that I know in the chat. Punkwaddle, what's up, man? How you doing? I see Dr. Rachel's here. Jay, I'm right here and happy to make you all the turkey sandwiches you can handle. Dawn is here. Dawn is... I wish everyone in the world could meet Dawn. Your world would be better if everyone could meet Dawn. She's such a heavy New Yorker, and her accent is great.
Oh, was she the little girl, the little lady with the,
She's a
with the
little
long
lady,
hair?
yeah.
Oh yeah, man, she was like,
But she'll kick your butt, boy. I'll
you
tell
heard
you
that
what, man.
accent,
She'll
yeah.
kick my butt like no one's business.
Okay,
So-
let me share this real quick. Tonight, Lady Slant makes her, and I hope you don't mind, you know, we're gonna share some of your spotlight right now, Jay.
Oh man, share it. I don't need no
yeah,
spotlight.
Romy Diaz, we have a big crowd right now. Romy Diaz is gonna be is returning back to television tonight on CSI Vegas. And there she is in the foreground. On the West Coast, it's at 10 o'clock. It's back. It's a reboot and better than ever. It's tonight. CBS, CSI Vegas. She plays a detective. I mean, look how badass and beautiful she is right there, man. Get this a little bigger. Congratulations, Romy. And that's tonight. So there you go. And someone grab her Instagram link and put it in the chat, please. She's doing pretty good, man. You know, she had a role on Grey's Anatomy a few weeks ago, and now tonight CSI Vegas. So it's a tough business, man. As you know, talking with Gina. I mean, that's on a whole different level, but you know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have some. God, I'm really sorry, guys.
He's struggling, folks. He's struggling. See it in his eyes.
Yeah. We got two more, and then we're gonna get out of here. Oh no, we got one more. We got
Tom sent one too.
For $2. All jokes aside, these are two of the greatest guys.
Man, he just sent that because he wants me on his show. I know what's going on here.
That's funny,
thanks,
man.
Tom.
That's funny. Yeah, I think I got all these. Mike's texting me everything that no, I got everything. Thanks, brother. And yes, congrats, Romy. It is the CSI original, and they have rebooted it. Damn it. Why is it damn it? Okay. Jay, get some rest.
Man, I'm going to play some video games.
Are you? What are you going to play?
Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah.
Where I push a lawnmower and cut people's grass for money.
Is that a real game, or are you just pulling my leg?
It's a real game, and I love it. I freaking love it, man. I'm addicted to it.
Does the doctor play with you?
No, but they all watch. They all watch me like run over people's flowers by accident. I try to do a good job. Like, it's so funny.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So, you know.
Any closing words, Jay, before you go off into Videolandia?
No, I want to say thank you. Thank you for having me on your channel. It's an honor to be here. And it was awesome. I had a great time. I hope you have me back. So.
Man, thank you. Thank you to everyone. Don't forget, next week we're having our fundraiser drive. That link is live. I'll be pushing it all week long. And let's again thank Drunk 3POJ and all you amazing, fantastic people still in the chat. If you are a member of this channel, you will see your name on their closing credits. Enjoy, everyone. Muchísimas gracias. And wherever you're at, keep your slant muy, muy fuerte. Thanks, Jay.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant? Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version. All right, Paulie, let's go. Alright, listen, y'all, just go ahead and let the guest play. Come on, jeez. That's better. Where'd I go?